Hello everybody. Today's dish is going to be a jerk mac and cheese. Ingredients needed are going to be some butter. I used both this I can't believe it's not butter and some golden ray. It's a Trinidadian butter. You'll see it later in the video. You can choose to use whatever butter you like, stick, that's fine. Some jerk marinade. So I use the Grace hot jerk seasoning. You can make your own or you can buy another brand. This is just what I use. I really like it. Some evaporated milk, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, black pepper. This is Chief all-purpose seasoning. You can choose to use your own all-purpose seasoning or none at all. Some elbows, a selection of cheeses. So here I have a Fiesta blend, which is shredded Monterey Jack, cheddar, queso quesadilla, and asadero cheese. We have the Monterey Jack cheese, sharp cheddar cheese, and also some mozzarella. So let's get started. So I'm gonna throw my elbow pasta in. So hold on. And I'm gonna cook this until it's al dente. That should take anywhere between 6 to 7 minutes, depending on your stove and your flame. All right, so our pasta is done. I'm going to strain this and then come back to you with the next steps. All right, so we have our pasta here. I'm gonna go in with about a teaspoon of butter. I'm using two tablespoons of butter. I'm using I can't believe it's not butter, and also a little bit of some golden ray, some Trinidad butter here. Okay, and we're gonna mix that in till it melts down. After I mixed in my butter, I separated my two pastas, so I do have another bowl here, and I'm gonna be mixing them at the same time. So that's where the rest of the pasta went. I'm gonna go with my cheese. So I'm gonna be using about half of each bag that you saw earlier. We're gonna throw half in. And I'm gonna mix them in until everything melts. So that was the Monterey Jack. This is the mozzarella. This is my sharp cheddar. So we're gonna mix it in. Also, I did already start preheating my oven. So my oven is preheated to 350 degrees while I do this. So hopefully by the time I'm done, the oven will be nice and hot, okay? So we're gonna keep mixing our cheese in until everything is nice and melted and our mac and cheese is nice and cheesy, okay? My evaporated milk. This is 1 can. I have 2 bowls here, like I said before. I'm gonna split the cans between both to make sure that they get an even amount. And I'm just gonna mix that in all together. Make sure that all your pasta gets nice and coated. Now we're gonna season this bad boy, so we're gonna go in with some salt, some black pepper, some garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and my all-purpose chief seasoning. Okay, and we're gonna mix that in. And my egg yolks are still here whisked. The reason why I put it in last is because I like to taste my pasta. I want to make sure that it's flavorful, but I don't want to add my raw egg in there beforehand because, you know, we don't want to get salmonella poison. So after you mix everything in, taste it. See if it's to where you want it to be. And if you need to add any more seasoning, do so. So we're gonna take that jerk seasoning that we had. We're gonna put a heaping, and this is just a regular spoon. I'm doing 1 and about a half tablespoon, and we're gonna mix that in. And I'm also going to pour in my egg. This is 3 eggs. I'm gonna use both of them between both bowls here. Okay, and I'm gonna mix everything together. Make sure that egg is getting through all of your pasta. We want our pasta to bind it. We also want it to stay pretty cheesy. Make sure your jerk, if you can see it, I can kind of see it here. I'm trying to make sure that it gets in and mixed into all of my pasta. So I'm doing a little overtime with my wrist work here. So I greased my baking dish here. I'm going to transfer my macaroni over into the dish. Now this dish is a little big for the amount of pasta that I have, but it's what I have, so that's what we're using. So I'm going to fill my pan up halfway. I'm not gonna put all. I'm gonna cover the, make sure the total layer is covered. That fiesta cheese blend that I had, I'm gonna sprinkle some of that in the middle of this layer here. Sprinkle along the layer. So now that we have a nice layer of cheese in the middle, we're gonna add the rest of our pasta in. Okay, make sure that it's nice and even. Okay, I'm just scraping the last in there. And I'm just gonna try to spread that pasta out at the top to make sure that my corners have pasta in them. That's what I'm doing. All right, the rest of that fiesta cheese blend, I'm going to sprinkle over the top, like so. Make sure that I can get all of the cheese in all areas. I'm running out of cheese here, so I do have more off to the side. I will be using that to make up for the holes here. And when it is nice and covered, I'm going to sprinkle some paprika over the top. This is going to give it that nice brown color. You can be as heavy-handed with this as you like. Okay, and we're gonna stick this in the oven. The oven is already preheated. We're gonna stick it in the oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. Check on it, and then we'll come back to you. Got that jerk mac and cheese. See that jerk coming through, okay? All right, let's get into this cheese though. Let's go. Look at that. That cheesiness right there. Let's get into it. There you have it, guys. Jerk mac and cheese. Thanks for watching.